Hi, my name is Liam and I was disappointed that I couldn't talk to you in person. So I made this video and I really wanted you to understand what this is about. So I'll give you a quick introduction and then the rest of the video shows me in the field doing my study. I did this project because I'm worried about the koura populations throughout the local rivers around Parongia. Carp are quite obvious and are causing quite a lot of damage throughout the ecosystem, and I did some further research and also found out that catfish are very destructive. Trout are very widespread and are damaging the koura populations quite heavily as well. I looked at multiple techniques for studying the koura, but I settled on the whakaweku technique, which is a traditional Māori fishing method and was validated scientifically by a researcher called Ian Kustabs. I did 39 koura counts from 28 different sites, and these 28 different sites were separated into two types of rivers. The first, rivers with restricted fish access, which had restricted numbers of introduced fish due to fish barriers and waterfalls. And the second was rivers with unrestricted fish access, which had unrestricted populations of those three introduced fish species, the carp, catfish and trout. There are 118 koura caught in total, and 113 of those koura caught were in the upland rivers with low numbers of introduced fish species, and only 5 koura caught in the downland rivers with high numbers of those introduced fish species. There was an average of 4.52 koura per whakaweku in the rivers with restricted fish access, and only an average of 0.42 koura per whakaweku in the rivers with unrestricted fish access. So a massive difference between those two koura numbers. High koura numbers in the rivers with restricted fish access, and very low numbers in those rivers with unrestricted fish access with high numbers of introduced fish. Have a look at my map because it's hopefully it will help you understand the different koura distribution areas. There are lots of possible reasons why there could have been low koura numbers apart from the introduced fish species, such as land use, urban pollution and deforestation, and many more different possibilities. So I'm already planning a study for next year to investigate these differences, and in fact I've already started. Some of the other interesting findings that I found was the wide variety of endemic fish species and invertebrates apart from koura. It was also a little bit worrying about that I found some sick koura in the whakaweku that I checked, and I'm pretty sure they had a disease caused by the microsporidian parasite Thelohania contagioni, which is also known as whitetail, which can be quite problematic for koura. In summary, the highest numbers of koura caught were in the upland rivers with very low numbers of introduced fish, and the lowest numbers of koura caught were in the downland rivers with very high numbers of introduced fish, catfish, carp and trout. I love this project, and I love being down in the rivers, hanging out with the koura and the creatures. And I can't wait to get into the field work for next year's study. Thank you for your time.